sexy friends, Shara here, and I'm coloring on this page from Summertime by Hatchet Heroes. It's a Disney book, and I just thought I'd turn on the camera and have a little coloring chat with you guys. So, I've been kind of out of touch lately. I've been busy with some other things and a little bit sad and just preoccupied. I've had a lot of stuff going on, so it's kept me busy, and so I haven't been in a lot of chats, and I sort of feel out of touch. I haven't even really been on Instagram a lot. I've posted a few things because it was my granddaughter's birthday, and I had to post all of the goings on for that, but I haven't had much time to just, scroll through Instagram, so I just feel like I need to catch up with what's going on in the coloring community, and I thought it would be fun to have a little coloring chat. So how is everyone doing? It's pretty late here. It's about 11:15 on Tuesday evening, and my son is asleep, and the dogs are asleep, and I'm just sitting here. I should be able to get back into the swing of things later this week. I still have quite a few things to do. Many of you know I was traveling back and forth to New Zealand quite frequently. My daughter and my 3 grandkids live there. They moved there 2 years ago, and up until the pandemic, I was there every few months, and I always take quite a bit of things for them when I go. And since I'm not even sure when I'm going to be able to go again, I've decided to send them some packages. So I've got 2 really large boxes of stuff that I will be sending. It's all kinds of stuff. It's Christmas presents and birthday presents and just because, and some things that she can't get here. She can't get there, that I need to take her. But since I can't take it, it usually just piles up until I go, and then I just either buy an extra bag or however that's going to work out, and I take it all to her. But some of those things, first off, the clothes, kids grow. Even though the pandemic said shelter in place, I thought that meant grandkids were supposed to, stop growing and getting bigger. But apparently that's not how it's working out. And so if I don't get some of these things to them, they won't fit when I do get them to them. So I need to get those out. And I have quite a few things for my daughter. I bought her a whole new set of pots and pans. What she has there is just terrible, and she really is a great cook, and she bakes, and so I got her a really nice set of the is it anodized stainless steel? It's the healthy one, the non-stick that won't, kill you. And it's been sitting here waiting. And then they were good, and the reason I got those is I got it on a special, and after I realized I had so much stuff, then we agreed that some of it could wait till Christmas, and she would just pick it up because her and the kids were going to come out for Christmas this year. Well, I don't see that happening, and especially, you know, they're not going to want to come out. You know, it's just not safe. And they're in a nice little bubble there in New Zealand, and I prefer that they stay there. And she wouldn't want to risk the chance that she couldn't get back or that someone would get sick. I mean, it's just too risky. So until they open up the borders, or until they have a vaccine, I'm pretty sure they won't be traveling here as well. But so the stuff that I've started collecting, I collect all year for Christmas, and I've always done that regardless of where my kids live. I've just always been that type. If I see something that I know someone will like, I pick it up, and it's just the way I am. So I already had some things for the kids and for my daughter. So anyway, since she's not coming, I need to send all those things out too. So it was starting to get too much, and plus, like I said, you know, she needs it, and there are things that the kids are just going to outgrow. So I am going to be gathering all of that up. There was a couple things that she requested that I still had to get ordered, so those should be in tomorrow. Some things were due today, but apparently they said they couldn't get in. We have a secure building, and there's a 24-hour guard downstairs. I don't know how they couldn't get in, but however, so I guess they're gonna have to redeliver. But anyway, and then there was just a couple of clothes items that I was waiting for, so those should be in as well, and I can get all of that taken care of. It's been a job to get all of this stuff out from where it was stored, and then go through it and pack it up and make sure I had everything that I wanted and that she had requested. So it's been almost like a job. Oh no. So there hasn't been a lot of coloring, and there's definitely not been much hanging out in the coloring community, so I've been trying to catch up a little bit. I miss everybody. So what are you guys coloring? You can always leave me a comment, tell me what you're coloring with. I'm using the polychromos here, and this is from Summertime by Hatchet Heroes Art Therapy. It's a big book. It's the same size as the portrait book, and it's just got chock full of really cute, you probably can't see any of that, cute summertime pictures. So the pages fall out just like the first portrait, which is, I got the second portrait one, and I expect it's going to do the same thing, but that's okay. It's kind of nice to color it outside of the book. And I'm using polychromos. I think I told you that. And I'm just accentuating his white. I wish I had a bluer gray, but it is quite all right. When all the other colors are on there, it will be A-okay. So that's what's been going on with me. And I also spent some time at my sister's last week, at the end of last week. So I was kind of out of touch as well then. We watched a lot of movies and hung out. We went shopping just a little bit. It was the first time I'd been in a department store, or I was in Target. It was the first time I'd been in a store in 6 months. So that was pretty. Oh no, I'm sorry. We went into. No, what store did we go? Oh, we went into Tuesday morning. That's the haul I showed you was Tuesday morning. So, all right, I think that's good. Now I can't remember what color his eyes are. Of course, the picture that I pulled up is on the phone. Oh, I'm gonna pull it up right here. I really liked a lot of these pictures in this book. There are so many cute images. I just love it. All right, let's see. This is a good one. No, that's not a good one. That's a good one. See, his eyes are kind of blue. Okay. I'll just do them a very light blue. And so I'm having fun, and the polys go great on this paper, which, it's pretty good paper, and polys, they're so wonderful. They go everywhere, don't they? A sip of my tea. I hope anyone that's been in the wake of that, or in the ahead of that storm as a kid, I hope everyone is safe and well. I'm here in California, so our weather has not changed one bit. It's warm, not hot, just warm. It's a little muggy. It was really overcast yesterday and the day before. It's very foggy in the morning and at night. I can't believe we're already in August. It's just incredible. It's like, wow, we've already been, we started dealing with this pandemic right when I first came back from my last trip to New Zealand, when I went over Christmas. I went just after Christmas, and people from, there wasn't any masks. The only people I saw masks were from flying in from Asian countries. But there was, I guess everyone had an awareness. I came back on February 5th. So I think everybody had an awareness that something, that it was, but we did not expect this, for it to be, disrupting our lives for this long. you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long, but, you know, we're just not used to having something affect our lives like this. And it's already August. We're heading into the holiday season before you know it. And I wonder how that's going to look. Crazy, huh? I just hope we get a vaccine soon so I can get it and go see my grandbabies. It literally tore my heart out not to be there for my only granddaughter's first birthday. And it was so beautiful and special. My daughter really went above and beyond and made it just such a beautiful party. And some of you may have seen the pictures. My little granddaughter was just as happy as she could be. And I honestly cannot, it just blows me away that she's already a year old. It really blows me away. But she had fun, she looked adorable, and she'll never remember a bit of it. But there'll always be pictures. And I'm just so sad. And then my middle grandchild, my grandson, William, who I call Yum, he turned 2 on July 12th. So, you know, that was hard, too. I've been there, you know, my first grandson, Andrew, my oldest, you know, I've been there for everything. I was there when he was born. I was there when all 3 were born. But I was there when he was born and, you know, pretty much spent every single day with him until he moved with his mom when she started university after high school. So he was 2.5, but we still saw him all the time. And that only lasted for a couple of months, and then I moved, and we moved back in together, all of us. And then we were always together until I moved into this apartment. And then he was visiting me, you know, 3 times a month, 3 weekends out of the month. I mean, we were always together. I didn't miss any milestones. It's so hard. And then with Yum, I tried to really be there the first year because that's when they really form their attachments, and I wanted him to know who I am. You know, I wanted to not just be, and FaceTime really helps, but I didn't want to just be a name. I wanted to be a physical presence. You know, my grandchildren are very important to me, and I want it to be a prominent figure in their lives. You know, it's important to me to represent myself that way and let them know that aside from their mom and dad and other relatives, they do have somebody who, you know, will always be there for them. And you know, I think it's important, and they're, I mean, they literally are the most important thing to me in my life. My kids, you know, they have their own families, their own lives. They're grown-ups, but they are still my number one. You know, I don't know. I think because I don't have a mate that I'm growing old with, it feels a little different for me. I've always lived for my kids, and And I'm not saying that I, don't have a life outside of my kids, but after my stroke, it does make it harder. I'm just not the same as I was. I don't get around the same. I have special needs and, yada, 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 yada. But my family is definitely important to me. I will do anything for them to make sure, if I can help in any way to help ensure their health and happiness, I want to always be that support and that presence for them. My daughter, my grandkids, all of them. What color should I make that sweat? I'm confused if I should just do it gray. I think I'm going to do just a hint of blue to show that it's water, but really sweat would just, I could make it glisten. That'd be kind of cool. Glistening sweat, or is it spit? Because he always slubbers. I think I will put a tiny bit of glitter on. Anybody didn't see my gorgeous, gorgeous Little Mermaid case that I got myself from the Disney store. Oh, it holds hardly anything, but it's so cute. I mean, it's just adorable. Look at this thing. And it's got these cute little enameled metal tags. Super, super adorable. And it holds quite a few gel pens and glitter pens, so that's good. It holds this is my favorite glitter pen. It's clear, so I like it. It gives a little bit of a silvery look. But if you put it over a real bright color, it will make it, just go over the color that's there. But doesn't that look cute? And then I think I'm going to go over the glitter with some glaze and make it really look watery. That's going to be cool. I did put some black, I have it taped down so I can't lift it and show you, but I put some black glitter on his tail, and so when I do the background, I'm going to put a shine, burst there, because I think it'll look so cute. I didn't do his mouth. I guess that's orange here, so let's start in the center. Yeah, this is just an adorable picture. It's something I would have loved to have colored as a kid with my crayons. Whenever, I mean, we always had color book and crayons. It was just, we weren't real TV kids. I mean, we were allowed to watch television, but, we didn't get just, carte blanche. We had to, it was more scheduled, like certain shows and stuff. But, so we always, play outside and ride our bikes and skateboard and hula hoop and pogo sticks and hide, all of it. And And then when we were inside, you know, we read books and we played board games and we played dollies and house, and one of the favorite things for us to do was color. And then if we were ever ill, or God forbid we had to go into the hospital, we always got a brand new color book and a brand new box of crayons. It was just the thing. So that tradition is kind of held up. We've sort of slacked the last few hospitalizations, but I remember back to when I was pregnant with my son. Even then, I got hospitalized with some high blood pressure with my last child, and my sister brought me a color book and crayons, and oh my gosh, they were the best crayons. I don't even know if you can find them anymore. They were Crayola, but they were scented, and they were scented like really cool. Like the black was called Smoke, and it really smelled like a burnt out fire. One was Mud, and it smelled just like mud, and totally cool. The colors were just a lot more, I mean, not like the Harry Potter Jelly Bellies or anything weird like that. Those are, oh, I don't know if anybody's had those. There's like booger flavored and vomit flavored, and I wouldn't even begin to guess or comprehend somebody's job to taste Jelly Bellies that taste like boogers. Just how do they determine that it tastes like a booger? Do they have to eat a booger first? You know, there's one that tastes like earwax. I don't know if anyone's ever seen those Jelly Bellies, the Harry Potter ones. You know, they're mimicking the ones that are actually sold, you know, in Wizard World or whatever it's called. They buy them they buy them the first time on the train to Hogwarts. But anyway, I digress. Those crayons that Shannon, my sister, my baby sister, bought were so yummy smelling, and we had so much fun because there's always the right kind of book. You can't just get any book. It has to be the right kind. And she got me the right kind of book, and I think I was there for 5 days or something, and I colored my heart out, but nothing like I do now. I mean, you can't even compare. First off, I'm doing it with my left hand, but you know, I do things a lot different than I used to, but what's really amazing is that picking up a colored pencil or a coloring supply of any kind with my left hand just feels natural, except for scissors. But other than that, it just feels the way it's supposed to be. That's so strange to me, that it just feels natural to color with my left hand now. I mean, I had 44 years coloring and doing everything with my right hand. I washed my brace so I don't have it on, but I'm doing all right. But it's just weird that I had 44 years as a righty And I'm going on 9 years on September 2nd as a lefty. And, you know, for the first almost a year, I could hardly do anything with my left hand. And now I color. It just amazes me. It truly does. All right, this one has a little darker orange on the inside. I think this is gonna be it. So I'm really thinking I want the Derwent light fast. So I need some advice if they're worth it, if they're, you know, I like to try everything. And so it's not a matter of, I mean, if I want them, I'll buy them. I don't have to save it. I don't have to, you know, ask somebody. I can just do it if I want to. But I don't know if they're not that they're worth the money, because I would imagine that they wouldn't make pencils that, you know, true artists that do portraits wouldn't want. But I don't care about the light fastness, but I've just seen people rave about how well they go down and the colors, and so that's what makes me want them. So I'm debating. I always like to look for the best deals when I do things, always. And I think that I found Cult pens to have the best price. Plus, they're the only ones that are announcing when they think the new 36, and that's what interests me too, is that they're going to be a high quality pencil with 100 or just over 100 pencils, because they're adding 36 new ones. And Cult Pens has like an estimated time when those are coming, and they even list them in their stock, and then they just say that they're coming. So I think if I do get them, plus I want to buy these adorable little clips. They are so cute. They send you one every time you place an order, but I love them for marking the pages of my books. And I like that they're just small, and they just slide on, and I just like them better than a regular paper clip. I feel like they damage the paper less. And then these ones, I don't think you can see it up here, but I'll grab it. I just have to get I haven't used these a lot, so I'm not sure how they work, but they're these ones. And you can see they're like the ones that have the little, where do I have all those clips? I don't want a giant one. And of course, all I have are big ones. Okay, well, I'll just give you oh, here's the smaller one. these kind that you pull apart and then fold the little parts down to make it more flat. Well, this spreads open, if you can see that. When you pull down, there's some little sides that you pull down. So if you want to clamp it, I'll show you right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. I have the camera down. So it's open, so you slide it down, and then I just got them. Okay, did you see what I did? So you pull it off that way. When you push it in to whatever you want to clamp, and then you pull up, and it just slides into itself, and it holds. And then it's holding it there. Anyway, I just think they're very cute, and they have these little smiley faces on them, which are adorable. And so I'm gonna order a couple of them. You can buy them actually individually for just a few cents. I'm gonna put it back up here. Yeah, there's a little thing inside. I figured it out better. If you can. The problem is my hand that I can't. There's a little spot when you slide it. Can you see? Then when you push, when it hits the edge, it closes down. So that's all you have to do. And it squeezes. So right there, at that point, let me pull you down more. Oh. There you go. Okay, so I slide it on there, and right at that point, it's hitting the mechanism that you just push it, and now it's clamped on to the paper. And then if I want it off, you just pull it, and it releases the clamp. Like that. So I just think they're super cute. They're not, of course, going to hold as much as the other kind, but that's the point, is that I don't want it to. I like that this is just like to tag or to put a couple of pieces of paper together. So just like that. It goes on so nice. And I love it. So I have it clamped up here to hold the page. There we go. And then I have the green thing, the green placemat or cutting board taped down, and then I have these attached to so my paper is nice and secure now, but I didn't want to tape on top of the paper. So there you go. I think that's good. Sorry guys. Okay. So let's go back to his mouth. Anyway, I want to order from Cult Pens. If I do get them, they have great prices on Poscas. They have great prices on open stock pencils. They carry most everything except for Prismas, and that's understandable. And my dogs. Anyway, and so they're a great place to order from. And then their shipping costs are high unless you order over a certain amount, and then they're free. So I usually wait until there's quite a few things I need to order. I never pay shipping. Unlike Jackson's is in the UK as well. So I have been talking about Colt pens, and I love them out of the UK. They're a smaller company, but their super friendly customer service is top notch, and I love their prices. And then there's Jackson's Art Supply online. It's also in the UK. And they are just awesome. Their prices are fabulous for everything except for Copics. And I don't know if that's just because of the pandemic right now, but for some reason their shipping costs for Copics is just outrageous. And it could have been, I haven't tried it in a while. I don't need any more Copics. I'm done. But I wasn't understanding it, but it's been a couple of months and I haven't really looked into it anymore because I bought what I needed from Colt Pens and a couple other stores, and I'm done. So Jackson's has fantastic prices, really fantastic prices, and their shipping is incredibly low. Now it does take a while. It takes a good 2 or 3 weeks to get something, but that's fine by me. It's usually not something I need urgently. If I need it urgently, I'll run into Blick or something. There's one here in downtown. But the costs are so high at Blick. It's actually cheaper for me to buy something from the UK and have it shipped here. The costs, including the shipping, are still cheaper. So, I bought something, I don't know, the other day. I think I only spent like $25 or something. And my shipping, now they have free shipping if you spend over, I think, $50 or something, but at $25, I wasn't going to keep buying to get free shipping because their shipping prices are so cheap, you don't have to do that. And their shipping price was like $2.14. So when I save over $1 per pencil, when I was buying some luminance, and I saved at least $5 on a paintbrush, the $2.15 or 14-cent shipping was nothing. It didn't take away too much from my savings. So if I bought 10 pencils, right there I already saved $15 because I think I save about $1.50 a pencil. And then I saved $5 on a paintbrush. So right there I saved $20. So take away the $2.14 and I only paid, I saved, $17 or $18. And I don't pay tax. That's the all includes in that price. And there's no additional charges on top of that, where that, $30, $25 order in the States would then be charged tax. And if they charged a delivery fee, I haven't ever seen a delivery fee for less than $5.99 if you don't spend a certain amount. And Blick keeps adding to the price of their minimum requirement during the true lockdown of the pandemic, when stores were closed and we were advised to stay at home and nobody was working. They made it so that you had to spend $69 to get free shipping. And their normal was $35 before the pandemic. And it's like, that's ridiculous, because people can't go into your store, and you know that I just thought it was price gouging, honestly. I know, like, restaurants like Denny's and other places were offering free delivery, and Blick went and took advantage of the fact that their stores weren't going to be open and you couldn't even do curbside by doing that. I just thought that was rotten. I really did. I'm not happy with this tongue. It kind of just looks like it doesn't look, I don't know, it's just not what I wanted. I'm running out of options because it's going to get funny on this paper's not going to take much more. I put quite a few layers. I think it's all right. I just need to get some darker orange and darken up these corners a little bit more. So here in downtown San Diego, a lot of businesses closed. I haven't been walking through downtown a ton, but when I did, it was so sad to see so many places shut down, and you know, I don't know if they're going to be opening back up or not. It's just sad. All right, I really like his beak, or the inside of his mouth. So let's work on this beak. It's more of a yellowy. Let me get the right yellow. And then I'll put orange on top of that. I think it needs like this. I'm glad coloring doesn't hurt my thumb. It's one of the only activities that doesn't hurt my thumb. And I took it off. I needed to wash it, but it also allows me to color without turning the page. When I have the brace on, it limits my movement just enough that I can't always get the right position to color, and I have to turn the page around. So it's kind of nice that I can color without pain and not have to move the book around. So it's a win-win, and that makes me so happy. I don't know what I do. Now, if I erase a lot or, you know, color real hard on a background or something, like for a long time, I will start to get a little bit of pain. But I mean, I can't even open a water bottle anymore. First off, my hand is so weak, and second of all, the pain is horrid. And then there's just some things I just cannot do. Gripping the vacuum or a mop, anything like that. Holding a book, holding a written book, you know, like holding cards. That pinching of having to hold cards, oh my gosh, awful. So it's really nice that I can color and not be in pain, because I mean, coloring is what I do to forget about pain. So it would just be terrible if it caused pain. Because it's not in my wrist, it's not carpal tunnel, it's in this joint here. It's called decurvains tendonitis, and then I also have arthritis in my hand, so it's aggravated, but you can see it's swollen, and it just hurts constantly, and you don't realize how much you use your thumb until it screams at you all the time when you're using it. This is a little painful because you see I'm moving and this joint is moving, but it's not bad. I felt a little twinge. It's getting late. My eyes are going buggy. Been very unsuccessful getting a magnifying glass that I like. First off, I can't have one that's too heavy, because if I want to hold it while I'm coloring, I have to be able to hold it with my right hand, and that's a challenge. So then I looked at ones that stand, but they're so big in this space that didn't work. I love the rock, or it's like a stone that Christine Aldrich uses. It's amazing, but she covers up what I need it so that I can hold the magnifying glass so I can color in spots that I need to see, especially on paint by numbers. So covering it up to read it, that's fabulous if you're reading a newspaper, but if you're actually trying to color in a spot, that wasn't going to work. So if anyone has suggestions for me, that would be fabulous. You know, I've seen those ones that you wear around your neck when you're reading, but that won't work. I really need one that I can hold in my hand. I'd prefer a glass one because they don't scratch as easily. And they give a better magnification. But anything, if someone finds an acrylic one that they think is just fabulous, just let me know. That would be great if you would put it in the comments. It's got to be better than what I have right now. Right now, I use this one. It's a little kid's Melissa and Doug flower, and it's adorable, and it's light, and I can hold it, but it is plastic, and it doesn't magnify very much. I'm definitely older than 5, so this is not enough magnification, but it sure is cute as hell. Isn't that adorable? And it's the perfect weight. It's so light. And it does magnify some, but it's, you know, if I want to read something, it just doesn't magnify enough, but it sure is cute. Let's make Donald's head really big. See, it's not even gonna work for that. So anyway, that's my big great magnifying glass. So now we know why haven't been able to do those color by numbers. I just can't see them. All right, so the next color is this orange. It's a different color orange than his inside of his mouth. It's more of a yellow orange, where the inside of his mouth is definitely more of a orange with a little highlight of the lighter orange. This is called dark chrome yellow, so it is yellow. Not giving me what I want. Let's try a light edging of this. Oh, it's pretty crazy. I actually have nothing to talk about. That's very rare that I don't. I always have something to talk about. I was super excited today. I got a message from a new subscriber, And she was very excited because she is also named Shara, and she has not met very many Sharas. And I thought that was pretty awesome because I myself have not found many Sharas. There was one time when I was still in high school, I went on a job interview, and the person came out, like the secretary came out and said, Shara, and I got up, and so did another girl, and I looked and I said, oh, I'm sorry, I thought she said Shara. And the other girl said, she did. She goes, your name is Shara? And I'm like, yeah, my name is Shara. And, you know, we were both in the town of Poway in San Diego County. You know, now it's much larger, but back then it wasn't that big of a town. And my parents always thought they made the name up, which I think is just hysterical because they did not, and it means princess. It's a derivative of Sharon, which means it's Hebrew for princess. So when you look at my name, Shara, it says a princess. So I think that's pretty suiting. Anywho, so yeah, this girl was in the interview and they wanted her first, but I can't remember if I got the job, but I thought it was crazy because her name was Shara. And then my name is Shara Craig, which is my maiden name. That's my name at birth. And there is a guy here in California named Craig Shara. I just think that's hysterical. His name is Craig Shara. Now, I don't know how they pronounce it. I've actually written to him on Facebook and to his wife. I've talked to both of them. And she said one of his cousins was actually named her first name Shara. I don't think she's Shara. I think she was removed, you know, she no longer had the last name of Shara, so that was her parents' way of carrying on the name or something. But anyway, so I don't know how they pronounce it. A lot of people say Shara. In fact, I'm called a lot of places. I'm called Shara, and I don't mind. It's been mispronounced my whole life, so I don't mind at all. They can call me Shara, they can call me Shara. I remember one time, I don't mind them calling me it, but one time someone said, well, I'm just going to call you Shara because it's prettier. And I'm like, well, that's not my name. So, I mean, I don't care if you call me Shara, but don't tell me that it's prettier than my real name. That's not very kind. But she wasn't necessarily the kindest person. She was young and didn't have couth. That's the word I always, she was very self-centered. But anyway, so, yeah, this guy was named Craig Shara in California, and he's married. He has a whole bunch of little Sharas, and I just think it's hysterical that his name was just the exact opposite, or a reverse of mine. But it was for a while there. I would Google Shara and I wouldn't find anything. That has changed. I do now with so much social media. You know, more people are entering it and putting their names. So I do come up with Sharas every so often now. But I've not ever actually, you know, talked to some. So it's kind of cool. She says it's so cool to meet another Shara and also, you know, share the same interests. Obviously, she found me on YouTube in the coloring community, and she has, you know, I didn't get her on Instagram, but I should look for her because she colors and likes to watch coloring videos, so that was cool. Oh, his eyes turned out perfect. It's exactly what I wanted, that color blue. now, should I highlight or not? All the pictures I find of him, they're not, but he's also, you know, an older Disney animation, and he's made to look very flat, you know, I mean, oh, I think some of them have it. I am going to give them a highlight. I just think it brings their eyes to life. He's got such big pupils. I love the polychromo black. Oh, it's so awesome. I love Prismacolor black. I mean, Prismacolors are awesome, but the polychromo black is hard. And I just think it's wonderful. All right, let's do some Posca. Give him a little on his tongue. And let's, how do I want to do this? I don't know. I don't know. It just seems so foreign. All right, let me let it dry and let's see if I can pick it off if I don't really like it, but it's all right. All right, so I'm gonna work on his collar. Now that's a yellow. Light chrome yellow. So I think I'll use cadmium yellow and light cadmium yellow. That's a bright yellow, but it's not, it's not real, what am I looking for? It's not real like a little lemony yellow or anything. It's more of a, this is good. These colors are right. I think I'm gonna go over it with the lights. So my daughter went all out for her daughter's first birthday. They did for the other two kids as well, but it just looked so amazing. They were able to rent this beautiful hall, and it was so inexpensive. She was so happy she found it. It was, you know, there's a lot of farms there in the South Island of New Zealand, and the little town that they live in is just surrounded by farmers and farms. So it was at one of the farms. It was, you know, just a just a room, but it had, you know, wood floors, and it had tables, and it had a little stage. It was the perfect room for the baby's birthday. And I posted some pictures on online, and oh my goodness, it was precious. She had bought these beautiful lanterns on OfferUp, really inexpensive, but they're wood lanterns and wood and glass, and they had fairy lights inside and butterflies. The theme of the birthday was fairies and butterflies and all things girly, and it just was precious. And there's one just gorgeous picture where baby girl is looking very infantile, sleeping on the stage on this white puffy blanket that they had laid on the stage as part of the decoration. It made it look real frosty, cloud-like. It was beautiful. And there's just the most gorgeous picture of her, just very baby-like, just sleeping on the rug or the blanket, and oh, it's so precious. And then she woke up to them singing happy birthday to her. Just so darn cute. The little Tinkerbell outfit that she bought. It's not the costume, it's just a one-piece outfit you buy at the Disney store. And it's adorable. It's got wings on the back, but they're nothing, you know, too frilly or fancy or big or anything. And it was just the perfect little dress. And I bought that when she was, a month old for her birthday. My daughter and I had already decided that she was going to have a butterfly birthday, butterfly and fairies. So, oops, sorry. Oh, of course I broke off the tip, darn it. And I wanted that outfit so bad, and they didn't have it online, and we went into the Disney store for something else, or we were at the mall for something else, and I said I want to run into the Disney store. I think I had to take something back, and I was so mad at myself that I hadn't bought the outfit when it was, you know, when it came out. And I went in, and I just asked them, hey, do you have any of those Tinkerbell one-piece? It's just a very plain, you know, like a onesie with a little skirt attached and, you know, some wings on the back. It's not a costume, it's an outfit. Anyway, and she said, oh, well, if we have anything left, they'll be over there. And I go over there, and there's like, you know, 10 Snow White, and I'm looking through, and oh my gosh, if it was a miracle. I found one Tinkerbell costume. It's not a costume, outfit. I just told you it was not a costume, and I call it a costume. There was one, and it was, you know, kind of wrinkly looking, and it was the perfect size of what we imagined she would be, you know, when she was a year old. We're pretty good at judging and, you know, that kind of stuff. And lo and behold, it fit her perfect for her party. And I had bought her these beautiful gold and peridot is her birthstone, earrings, and beautiful. And my daughter calls me yesterday, and we're talking, and she says, oh, You'll notice when you look at the pictures of baby girl that she lost one of her earrings, and we have no idea when. We know it was sometime because she looked back at photos, and it was sometime between Monday and Thursday, because she had them on Thursday, or Monday. And then in Thursday's photos, she didn't, when they had a photo they took on Thursday, she didn't have them on. So they didn't have any photos of her for the other days that they could tell if she was wearing the earrings. So, yeah, I was very bummed. They said they took apart the vacuum, and, you know, they're real gold and peridot earrings. They're not terribly expensive. It's not like they were thousands of dollars or something, but at least she has one. So Mom took it out and saved it. She's like, I want to at least be able to save it, and you know, it looks silly with only one earring, but I was so sad because the gold bracelet I bought her a beautiful, beautiful, dainty little rose gold, or it's actually tricolor. It's got silver, gold, and rose gold, and that too is real gold. A bracelet, and it broke, and I was very upset. I'm like, what is this little girl? Is she just a little rebellion, and she doesn't want all this girly foofy stuff? But it would probably, you know, they're made for babies, and you would think that they would be durable, but they are still just little chains, and it popped right off. Such a bummer. I love this paper eraser, is really nice. Well, yellow is a nice color to erase, but I don't have marks around. I have been able to get them up, which is so nice. That makes me so happy. All right, we are going to do his, do I want to start dark? No, I'm going to start lightest. Can't even remember how I did the hat. I love how the hat came out. I was really happy with it. It was not looking right until I pulled out some indigo, or what color is it in the polys? It's, gosh, I hate these pencils. You can't read them. It's in Danthrone or something. It looks like gibberish. I can't even read it. I had it right. Why is it not reading? Oh, it's because I'm not putting it in the light. Yeah, it's in Danthrone blue, and then I also put a little bit of black. The band was already black, but I had to put a little bit of black to get the you know, the puffiness that I wanted. But and it just wasn't looking right until I added that really dark color. So I was very pleased when I added that, and it looked so good. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird that there's a line here, because it's part of his collar. That's really weird. It almost looks like it's supposed to be a different color or something, like it's a different part of the uniform. Don't you know? So my oldest son lives in Australia, and he was here when I came back from New Zealand. He flew into LAX from Canada. He had been on a ski trip with his dad and his brother and his stepbrother, and he flew in here and he spent 3 weeks with us. So he was here until the end of February. Well, we know that, the beginning of March is when, everything hit the fan, and things started closing, and, recommendations to stay at home, and, flights were, there were countries not allowing any travel, and Italy shut down, and I can't remember what. So he is so lucky that he was able to even get home to Australia. So, but when he got home, he had just, the company he worked for, and he was, basically ran the company, the owner. It was the owner and then him. It was bought out by a larger company. It was, sold, not bought out. It was sold to a larger company. And he was kept on as general manager, so it was awesome. He got like a 30% increase in pay, and it was just a better, not that, it was he had a great job to begin with, but it was a better, a bigger company that was going to lead the smaller company into the right direction. So he went back, and everything hit the fan, And the business that he works for is a car travel, they're high-end, they're high-end, like off-road vehicles. They have, hundreds of them, $100,000 vehicles that are fully stocked, with camping gear, and people rent them for, months or a month or weeks to take them to the outback. And, these are vacation vehicles for the people that like those kind of vacations. Well, people weren't taking vacations. People were staying home and staying away from people and freaking out a little bit. And so the business that was just bought by a larger company was tanking. It was terrible. And he did what he could, and the new owner basically just stopped communicating with him. He didn't get paid for several weeks, and it was terrible. It was terrible. He was like, he didn't know what he was going to do. He knew that he has marketable skills, and, he has lots and lots of experience. He knew he could get another job, but the problem was it's a pandemic. How is he going to get a job in Australia in a pandemic? And, he was living off his savings, and it was just a mess. So he got a great job, a great position. He's doing wonderful. And I hope they find that sucker that ran out on him. Literally just stopped communicating with them at all. Stopped paying them and stopped communicating with them. A business that he had just bought. It's insane. I don't know if it was, I don't know how businesses run in Australia. I don't know if they're shareholders or, I don't know any of that. But the person in charge of making sure that people get paid and, keep communications with your general manager stopped communicating. Awful. So my son was trying to do his best to talk to employees, and then he went out one day in the car. He had a company car, and it was repossessed. It had been towed, and he had all kinds of stuff in it. And he had to call the tow company and say, you know, can I come get my things out of my car? Unfortunately, he had to move out because he hadn't been paid. He had to move out of his apartment with a friend. This was after, you know, several weeks of living on his savings because he was only getting half pay for several months. And then it just stopped. Ugh, just terrible. Anyway, so when he went, the car had not been paid for. You know, the loan on the lease had not been paid, and or the lease had not been paid. And when he went there to pick up his things, he saw several more of the company's cars there that, you know, that were hired out to customers. You know, customers were calling and you know, had problems, and Jake was putting out fires, and he could not get a hold of the owner. The owner just skipped town. I'm just baffled at how people can treat other people when faced with, you know, problems. It's just ridiculous, you know. And I'm just so glad that my son is a very confident young man, and he knew that he was going to be just fine. And his dad lives in Australia. He's not real close with his dad. He didn't grow up with his dad being much around, but he did, once he was a little older, he did go visit his dad in Australia several times. But up until he was about, he went to Australia for the first time when he was 10. But, yeah, he had to fly by himself to Australia at 10 years old. But he did fine. He was a great kid. But up until he was about 14 years old, his dad really didn't take a big interest in him. You know, saw him once a year, every other year, and didn't even call him regularly or anything. It was stupid. But anyway, but so his dad's pretty well off and married well, and they live well. And so when Jake did go to Australia, you know, at least he got that. But far cry from where he was with me. We were, of course, living payday to payday in definitely a low socioeconomic area. I worked for a very a school district that was very low socioeconomic, and a lot of you know, poverty, and we were not far from it. Technically we were in poverty, but my kids never even went without cable because I worked my ass off to make sure that, you know, they didn't have to worry. But anyway, I digress. So he's been living with his dad and stepmom, which is great. I'm glad that he was able to do that, because he moved in with the friend at first and then moved in with his dad, and now he's going to be moving, and he's very happy that everything's just worked out. So he's a pretty optimistic kid. He's always been that way. He's just always been he's never been a worrier. He's never been trepidatious. He just goes for it. I mean, when he's a little kid, he'd go up to kids and, "Hi, I'm Jake. Do you want to be my friend?" And he pretty much still has that he's still like that, you know. He's still just confident and optimistic, and he's not a Debbie Downer like so many people are right now. He just keeps his head up and knows that, you know, he will make it. I told him he should come back to the States. He's like, I know, but I couldn't even come home. You know, there was problems with the flights, and, you know, they were banning flights from everywhere, and then everyone's banning the United States. And he's like, you know, I barely got back to Australia, you know, in February. It was just crazy. Oh, that's looking so good. I'm happy. It's coming out the way that I wanted. I guess I should talk always when I'm coloring, because I don't overthink it, I just do it. I'll be right back, guys. I was a little overdue for one of my nighttime medicines. Take my last sip of tea. And I have a cup warmer on my desk, so it's still hot. Oh, so delicious. And that's the best thing I ever bought for myself. That thing is awesome. I'll wake up in the morning and my son will have made a pot of coffee. He usually generally goes to sleep before I do, and he wakes up before I do. So we're a little bit off schedule from each other, but he always leaves a hot cup of coffee on my desk in the morning. Oh, it's so lovely to wake up and have a cup of coffee or tea already made. It's fabulous. It's just fabulous. Light was in the way. It was causing a shadow, and I couldn't see what I was doing. I hope I didn't mess up you guys. I just need to light up the work. I don't need to blind you guys or cause you not to be able to see. getting it in the yellow and I'm turning it green. I have to get out the eraser. Sorry guys, I've run out of things to say, but I'm also concentrating a little harder than normal. Just really, just the slightest intrusion of this blue into the yellow contaminates it and turns it green, and it does not look pretty. Normally green is my favorite color, but it's like an algae growing all over him now to me because it's not supposed to be there. If the blue gets in the bow, it's fine because this bow is going to be red and the red will cover up. And the blue will actually act as a nice shading, but I can't, I've got to get rid of this green. I'm glad that this paper actually erases nice. Pencil erases nice from it. His neck is looking like a slinky. It was all lined. Okay, let's finish this coat. Shirt, I should say. What color was the light chrome? Oh, I wasn't using chrome, darn it. I was using the wrong color. Good thing they're similar. I think this is the most I have ever colored on my channel. I have so many pencils out. I think it's crazy sometimes how many pencils. Am I using the wrong one again? No. I keep thinking I'm using the wrong one. Talking to myself here. It's so funny how different pencils, but I've noticed that yellow pencils and sets always glide over the paper much nicer than any other colors. They're just, I don't know what the makeup is, you know, it's all chemistry. But it's so wonderful. They're just gorgeous the way they feel. I've noticed that in the I've noticed it in these. I've noticed it in the Prismas. So now that I finally cleaned up that yellow, I better not mess it up. I need to slow down so I don't get in there. sleeve has a green tinge to it, but it could just be my eyes going batty. Figure something else out because this is moving. I don't know why the tape isn't holding better. That's a little better. I must have gotten loosened when I was fiddling around with that clip. We need some of that dark blue right here. My stomach's making weird noises, but I promise I'm not hungry. It's just making those lovely stomach sounds. I apologize if you can hear my stomach. water. That's all I drink all day is either tea, coffee, or water. Which, coffee and tea are water. Yellow is perfect. This combination of these two yellows was just perfect. It's bright, but not fluorescent-y, you know? I don't even think that's a word, but I think you know. I think you know what I'm talking about. I think his buttons are white. So I still have the bottom of his coat and his buttons, but I think the buttons are white. Oh, I've seen them yellow too. Ugh. What color are the buttons? I don't even see buttons in his shirt. The only one I see, he's got a red tie and yellow buttons. So I guess I'm gonna do him yellow. Let me do this button and then I'll probably... Should I do the button first or should I do the coat? How long is this video? Oh my goodness, 2 hours. Yeah, I'll do this button real quick, but I'll cut it off at 2 hours. All right, guys, it is like 2 minutes away from being 2 hours long. I cannot believe that we, or I have been sitting here gabbing that long. His eyes are fine. I definitely have some more highlights to do, but I'm happy with what we've got going on now. And I will probably end it here. And we'll see you next time. I am cutting it down to exactly 2 hours, which I think is hysterical. But I appreciate you guys joining me. And I'll pull this out a little so you can see what's going on. I've got the tree done and the beehive and his hat. I really love his hat. I still need to blacken I don't even know what that part's called, but I like the tree and the clouds. I did some texturization with the clouds there, so that was kind of fun. And I will talk to you guys soon. I'll probably finish this up. I don't know. I don't know if I'll work on it off camera or not, but there's still quite a bit, so I can come in and talk with you guys again. And I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a very good day, evening, late evening, morning, wherever you are. Talk to you later, guys. Stay sexy.